Within this video, as part of a larger series for the analysis enhancements of 2023 for sheep genetics, we're going to have a look at the Merino indexes, which will be released as research indexes for the next 12 months as of the 21st of June run. When it came to having a look at our Merino Select indexes, there were three main processes that needed to be completed. The first being updates to our Sheep Object software. This is the software that creates our indexes. And what we needed to have a look at was the ability to add additional traits that previously hadn't been available to be included within indexes, as well as updating our bioeconomic model that sits behind our Sheep Object software to better reflect what is happening within a modern Australian sheep breeding industry. The next was for industry input. So some interviews and surveys were conducted, and we collated all of those responses into some major production areas and having a look at what was common across our flocks. Within this, we did see a big diversity in responses. And then finally, the formation of the new indexes and their release. So they will be released as a research index alongside the current Merino Select indexes that we have for the next 12 months, while a refinement process is being followed through. When it came to updating this sheep object bioeconomic model, there was a couple of things that needed to be considered. The first was how we could improve the modelling of the flock structure to better reflect what's happening on farm. So this included accommodating for alternative management strategies, which we saw through our survey responses. Next was an improved calculation of feed requirements across the calendar year. So this included including body condition score and reference weight for some of our breeding ewes, as well as the other aspects of the farm. Additionally, we wanted to be able to incorporate our reproduction component traits, and this included balancing litter size as well as lamb survival within our production system. The conception of ewe lamb matings, accounting for the impact reproduction has on wool production as well. And finally, the inclusion of additional traits. So these are some of our visual traits or our sustainability traits, such as wrinkle, dag, some of our structural traits, as well as the ability to, in the future, include feed efficiency and methane, which is some of our research traits looking into the future. From this, we were able to translate the responses from our survey, have a look at the bioeconomic models sitting behind the software, and collate them into our proposed indexes. So we are proposing 5 new indexes, and they all fall within a similar branch to each other. So we're looking at the different types of traits that are important to different production systems across Australia and how we can incorporate those into an index value. One thing that I really wanted to highlight is we now have the ability to include some of our important traits to the merino industry that previously we weren't able to. One of these being breech wrinkles. So each of the proposed indexes that we have currently will have some emphasis on breech wrinkle included into them. And additionally, one of our proposed indexes, which is a sustainable merino one in a high rainfall area, has the inclusion of dag, which previously we weren't able to include. More documentation and further webinars will be available on these Merino indexes once they've been released, so that we can follow through and have a look at how they look and the type of information we can gain from them. So keep an eye out for those as well.